Welcome to the Stanford Lee Show. This week, dreams without color. So it's really great combining an episode where I can talk a little bit about music, I can talk a little bit about art. Wow, it's really fascinating, the understanding of color. One of the ways it's interesting is, did you know that dreams, they used to say that they were in black and white? We probably remember that as a kid, or our parents talking about it. It's like, yeah, dreams are in black and white. And then we find out that the research between the early 20th century and the mid-century, it was based on people's perceptions of media at the time. So a lot of those studies kind of changed as some research claims in the 1960s when there was color TV and color movies were popular and more affordable. So actually, people's dreams kind of parallel the evolution of media, so we find that people do dream in color, and that was just kind of a fable that it was otherwise. I mean, you've had dreams probably that are kind of like movies or television. They kind of have the same quality or narrative, or it really is quite a thing, but I think that's why some people think that, you know, maybe we live in a simulation. Thinking about color, it's going to tie into this song that I wrote. It is just crazy, the pigments that we even know about that came from certain animals or certain things that we don't use anymore. I remember it was kind of a challenge for me to go around art stores and find some kind of paint like flack white, which really kind of scares me. I use it with gloves and very carefully, but I try to stay away from paints that are dangerous, obviously, we all do. I find out that my favorite painters used a color called mummy brown. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's just yeah, mummy brown, you know? No, I mean, it literally is ground up mummies. I mean, that's literally what the color is, mixed with pitch and something else. You know, think about it. You're going to a museum and looking at some of your favorite paintings, and along with that, there's ground up mummies in it. It's really amazing. Because I was just going to talk about shellfish, Tyran purple, and Hilazon blue. I mean, these are colors that we don't have anymore because you basically have to smash a lot of snails. And nobody wants to do that. Or maybe it's bad to do that. I don't know. But it takes a lot of snails, and some of these animals are extinct as well. We don't have like a good record or know if they, you know, some of the history or chemical compositions, temperature, and if they exist anymore. Another color is Scheele's green. I was like reading down a long list of colors doing this research and trying to think about what palettes I'm going to use this month because I'm doing a show. And there's actually a Scheele's green that used to coat the walls of one of Napoleon's palaces. It's this beautiful green. And no wonder he had traces of arsenic because this paint is poisonous and has arsenic in it. So yeah, if it's not lead that's going to kill you, it's arsenic. We get tired of smashing snails and grinding up mummies and you know, being poisoned. It's just not worth it sometimes for the, you know, for the result, you know, especially when there's so many other choices. But you know, I was thinking about going to Manhattan and actually purchasing, like if I had enough money or somebody wanted to pay for it, lapis lazuli, which is the most expensive paint, and it's like some ground up gemstone that makes this incredible blue color. And yeah, you don't see much of that today, but during the Renaissance it became very popular. So talking about all these colors, that was kind of something I wanted to tie into music, because you know, with colors you have theory, and you know, what we would learn in I guess Art 101 is a color wheel that shows the harmony and connection between these hues. And I discovered as I had to start, you know, learning more about jazz and you know, be a little more, I guess, into theory and understanding what I'm playing. I discovered the circle of fifths, and I was kind of like, yeah, it's one of those jazz things, you know, that people use, or it helps you figure out what key, you know, you're playing in, how many sharps and flats, and how stuff fits together. And I was at Gear Fest. It's this event that Sweetwater puts on. And I was really impressed to see, of all people, Rudy Sarzo there. I mean, how cool is that? The bass player for Quiet Riot and Ozzy Osbourne. And I was thinking he was going to talk about some, you know, really badass rocker stuff. And he went into this best explanation ever of how to actually use the circle of fifths, which is kind of like a color wheel of sound. So that's my connection point here, is the color wheel of sound, and how we try to use different hues, and trying to understand our dreams, you know, what colors those are made of. You know, maybe some of you have dreams of colors that don't even exist. Yeah, it was incredible to hear how Rudy Sarzo worked with Randy Rhoads and Ozzy Osbourne, and songwriter that had been with Uriah Heep, and how they were actually composing music and thinking about keys and different you know, tonalities, and how stuff fits together, just like artists would, you know. So you got to give musicians credit that way. I think this is a very introverted song, and it's like it's not one of these songs where, oh, I've got to tell a story. I mean, I'm just like, you know, I like the way my voice fits with it. I like recording it, and I'm just having a good time. I'm trying to, you know, be in this attitude, I guess, where I don't really care. I don't, you know, if I'm going to go out and play a gig, you know, I'm just having a good time, and it would be one of these songs where I'm just enjoying it. And so I'd like to present to you the song Azure Skies.
Got dreams that never sleep, strange places that haunt me deep. No place that I can go, in the skies or down below. Deep in an azure sky, where the satellites don't fly, where the oceans wash my mind. Deep in an azure sky. Got thoughts that cross my mind like a mental lullaby. No substance can make things right as I cross the stars tonight. Deep in an azure sky, where the satellites don't fly, where the oceans wash my mind. Deep in an azure sky. Got thoughts that cross my mind like a mental lullaby. No substance can make things right as I cross the stars tonight. Deep in an azure sky, where the satellites don't fly, where the oceans wash my mind. Deep in an azure sky. An azure sky, where the satellites don't fly, where the oceans wash my mind. Deep
been great, everyone. Make sure you check out our social media. We got a lot of stuff about gear and some of the instruments, and you'll really like it. Also, like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time on the Stanford Lee Show.
Deep in the Azure Skies.